Hello, today on this channel I'm gonna talk about soil pollution. What is it? What causes it? What consequences it leads to? And how can we fight it? Enjoy watching. Soil pollution is the contamination of soil by harmful chemicals or waste materials. And it does more than just make dirt dirty. It disrupts the soil's biological, chemical, and physical balance. It reduces fertility, and it affects humans, animals, plants, and entire ecosystems. Soil is not just ground, it's a living system. It contains microorganisms, nutrients, water pathway, and complex chemical interaction that make life on a land possible. Let's talk about where soil pollution comes from. One major source is agriculture. Fertilizers, pesticides, and herbicides are designed to increase crop production, but excessive use causes chemicals to accumulate in the soil. Nitrates from fertilizers can seep into groundwater. Pesticides can persist for years. Over time, the soil's natural balance changes. Another major source is industrial waste. Factories may release heavy metals such as lead, mercury, and cadmium. Improper disposal of industrial sludge contaminates large areas. Once heavy metals enter the soil, they do not simply disappear, they accumulate, and contaminated land can become unsuitable for farming or housing. Mining activities are also significant. Mining disturbs the land physically and chemically. Heavy metals are released. Acid mean drainage can form, polluting soil and nearby water sources. The result is erosion, degradation, and long-term contamination. In urban areas, municipal waste plays a large role. Plastics, electronic waste, non-biodegradable materials. If landfills are poorly managed, toxic substances can leak into surrounding soil. And then there are accident spills, oil leaks, chemical spills during transport, industrial accidents. These can contaminate soil very quickly. Why does this matter? First, human health. People can be exposed to contaminated soil through direct contact, inhalation of dust, or consuming crops grown in polluted soil. The metals can enter the food chain. Some pollutants are linked to cancer, neurological disorders, and developmental problems in children. The danger is not always immediate, it can build up slowly. Second, environmental degradation. Polluted soil harms plants, microorganisms, insects, and animals. And when pollutants seep into groundwater, water sources become contaminated too. There is also something called bioaccumulation. Small organisms absorb pollutants, larger organisms eat them, and the concentration increases at each level of the food chain. This magnifies the impact. Third, agricultural productivity. The soil is essential for food production. When soil becomes polluted, fertility decreases, crop yields drop, food security becomes vulnerable. Salinization, often caused by improper irrigation, is another major form of soil degradation worldwide. And finally, biodiversity loss. Soil contains enormous biological diversity. When pollution reduces microorganisms and small life forms, nutrient cycling slows down. Decomposition changes. The ecosystems weakens from the ground up. Let's also talk about plastic. Plastic does not simply disappear. It breaks down into microplastics, tiny particles that remain in the soil for decades. These particles change soil structure, reduce water infiltration, harm soil organisms, and sometimes release chemicals. So plastic pollution is not only an ocean problem, it is also a soil problem. Now, the important part. What can we do? Reduce the use of pesticides and herbicides in the gardens. Compost organic waste instead of sending it to the landfills. Properly dispose of batteries, electronics, and household chemicals. Support sustainable agriculture. Every small action reduces chemical accumulation. That's all I wanted to talk about soil pollution. Thank you for watching. I hope you found this video very interesting and learned something new.